What's going on, Wolfpack Nation? Welcome to another weekly episode of Tuffy Talk Live. We're happy to have you guys along for the ride. All right, Leighton's back, so go ahead. You got the wheel, buddy.
No worries, y'all. Sorry about that little microphone trouble here, but again, we're rocking and rolling now, ready to get going here. As always, got Greg Legg, Kinsey Blackwelder, myself, Leighton Smith, and Macon Adams will be joining us here momentarily. But with that being said, first of all, let me also switch to the right background. Sorry, a little bit of shenanigans here, but we're back on it
It's
here.
Monday.
It's Monday, Again, it's all good. Coming off a bye week, gotta shake off the rust a little bit. You know what I mean?
That's it.
But anyway, though, so thank you all so much for joining here with us again. Obviously, we're going to be diving into this huge Virginia Tech game coming up here Thursday night. Huge Virginia Tech game coming up here. But as always, if you have any questions, thoughts, comments, make sure, or just want to say, hey, again, we always want to know just again who's tuning in here with us. So make sure to again send us a note here in the comment section, and we'll make sure to get right to it. But as we said in the tweet, also too later on in this episode, we're going to be joined actually by a special guest and having a special announcement as well. So make sure again to stay tuned for that. Do not want to miss out on that whatsoever. But
I like it. Cliffhanger. I don't even know what's going on.
I know. Got the
excited.
rest of the team. Got the rest of the team completely out of the loop here. But with that being said, though, again, first of all, if you haven't already, again, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so that way you're notified whenever we release any new NC State content, as well as whenever we go live with any of our live streams, watch parties, you name it. And also to make sure if you also might as well hit that like button for us, as that would really help us out a lot, but also too as well, just to make sure that if you're a huge NC State fan just like us, all NC State fans hit that like button for sure, and also give us a follow, Tuffy Talk Now on Twitter, Instagram. But Ken's Greg, gotta ask, how was the bye week? Was it a little less stressful than normal weekends? Was it a little bit sadder since we didn't have football going on? I mean, what was the feels?
Go ahead, Kens.
I liked it. I loved how I could just watch football and not have to have my blood pressure shoot up or my heart rate speed up. I just got to be like, you know what? I don't care who wins this game. Couldn't care less. Don't care what happens. I just got to relax. But other than that, I'm ready for Thursday. I did miss NC State football. It sucks without it.
Oh, sure. Greg?
Bro, it's my first week home. Like, I've been on the road the whole year with the team. Like, I've been at every game. I didn't know what to do. I was getting in the car, wait, there's nowhere to go this weekend. So it was good for me, kind of recharge the batteries. So I'm ready for Thursday night. We got three in a row again at home. So let's go.
Yep, absolutely. I think it's a big one, obviously being back into Carter for sure. Night game, and now also too, we're going to get into this a little bit here a little bit later, but also too now with the announcement today of Wake Forest being an 8:00 game. So man, I'll tell you, it's funny. I think that I think all the years of NC State fans complaining about noon game after noon game after noon game, that just the college football guys just flick their wrist with their wand a little bit, and because now for the last 2 or 3
now they
years,
complain that it's night games now.
Yeah, now they complain that it's going to be night games.
The team hates night games.
Yeah.
Well, but again, those lights though, I mean, they only work in the nighttime though, so that's what I'm saying. I mean, we paid a lot of money for those, so I mean, it's nice to know that we can, use those effectively. Well, hey, no, forgot about that, man. That seemed like forever ago. Yeah, with Florida State game that they didn't work, but B Smoke 74 says, "Let's go Pack." What's going on, B Smoke? And then Ned Warren says, "Follow him on Insta." So definitely. Hey, I like the Instagram handle at NC State fan page.
I like it.
Straightforward, to the point. But first of all, I want to kind of ask a general question. So, to me, because I know that kind of where we left off with last week, pretty much my thoughts were with this, just kind of wrap up, kind of from the Syracuse game heading into here, is that obviously kind of recapping, but like NC State's had 2 losses so far. Both of them were against top 20 teams. Both of them are on the road. So NC State still has one of the longest home win streaks in the ACC, if not the country, actually. And also, too, on top of it, so I think we could all agree they weren't bad losses, right? But the thing which I worry about is that some of the things we saw specifically in that Syracuse game can lead to bad losses if we don't get them straightened out. Again, obviously the play calling, again, Jack Chambers, in a rhythm. Obviously injuries wise, first of all, I mean, do guys say, looking at the depth chart, It was great to see Trent Penix back on the depth chart. That was great. I haven't seen him since ECU week 1. But seeing guys like Savion Jackson, who's not on the depth chart, seeing a guy like Anthony Smith that apparently is, I think, out for the season.
He is out for the season.
Out for the season. So that's definitely, a bummer and that might kind of explain why we saw a little bit, a couple of new names, like I think it was Tristan Thompson, I think was the name, but the wide receiver we saw against Syracuse. So, Greg, what's your kind of initial thoughts, kind of looking at depth chart, figuring out, kind of what are some of the big things that you're looking to see here for us to improve on here on Thursday?
Yeah, for me, it's you brought it up, the injuries. Let's see if Demi's back in full ready to go. He was on the depth chart, so hopefully that's all behind him. Yep. Carter, losing Smith, that's a hit on the depth chart. So, that's why you saw, Thompson in that Syracuse game, because you're down a couple wide receivers. The one thing I will say about the Anthony Smith thing is he does still have his red shirt, so they'll probably take that for him this year. So,
nice.
So, he won't lose a year because he only played like in three or four games. But yeah, I'm just real curious. Trent back in the fold. Maybe that becomes a safety valve for Jack. Just another option on the offense. Just another person that the defense has to account for. So I'm excited. Savion hurts, but you got, Price and what's his name? Just lost it. Price and the defensive line replacing Savion. Travali Price.
Yeah, Travali Price. Yep, you got it.
Yeah. So I'm excited. He's had some good games. So we'll see. Hey, it's another week. It's another challenge, and it's another potential W in the column, and I'm hoping that we get it.
And the one interesting thing, too, is that the line has come out as NC State is right now favored by 13.5 points.
That's insane.
Yeah. And the over-under right now is at 40. Now, obviously, I do got to, make it very clear, obviously, that, Virginia Tech has been on the absolute struggle bus this year for sure. So, again, this should be a game that we win, it definitely by double digits, if not more. So, but again, do we think it's a little bit high? Yes, but as we all know, Vegas knows everything. So, obviously, there's a reason for that spread, so whatever it may be. So, Kenz, what are your thoughts as well for what you're looking to see improvement here on Thursday?
Throwing the ball, completions. We had an entire week to get situated. Jack Chambers had an entire week to get connected to the plays as well as the wide receivers. So I'm hoping to see more throws, but I also want to see running. I'm excited for Trent to be back. I think that's going to be huge for us. And I'm ready to be back home. I feel like the bye week came at a great time, and I'm ready to see what these guys, they've been seeing everything that people are putting out there, saying that this team is another struggle or this season's over, and I'm ready to see them turn it around and shut everybody up.
Yep. Amen. Absolutely. So we will get more into this game here, but we're actually joined now by our guest of honor, and we're going to bring him in right now. We got Mr. Anthony High here with us. Anthony, you got us, brother?
Hey.
Oh, go ahead. Try again.
Can you hear me?
Yep, got you now.
How you guys doing?
Doing well, man. Thanks so much. First of all, for any NC State fan that doesn't know who Anthony High is, last year we started an annual giveaway. And Anthony and I have been connected ever since, and he's always been connected to the Tuffy Talk family ever since as well. So basically a little bit of the backstory. Just like we always have done, we've done ticket giveaways and other giveaways, throughout our entire history of Tuffy Talk. And it was for the Clemson game. Actually, we gave away 2 tickets to the game. And Anthony here was our winner. And then, Anthony, would you mind kind of taking it over from there, man?
Not a problem, man. So like you said, last year, the Clemson tickets, I was very honored to win those tickets. It was a pleasure to meet the Talk family that night. And then also what I found out, my brother that night, which was a surprise, but we enjoyed the game. Like he said, we remember it was in for the Wolfpack. We had an amazing night, and my brother and his family had a great time. Fortunately, the following morning, my brother passed away. The very next morning. So not knowing that it was going to be the last time that we was able to spend time together in Carter Finley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and because Anthony too. I mean, just to kind of highlight again, one of the important keys is again. I mean, Anthony. I mean, he was a young guy. I mean, former NC State track. All-star NC State. Has a couple records that even stand to this day, even. And so and he was a young age for sure. And again, I mean, you didn't even know he was going to be at the game. Like you just happened to win tickets, and you ran into him, and and then that was you didn't know at the time that would have been the last moment that you and him had together, and it was on the night when NC State pulled the biggest upset that we've had in a long time, being a top ranked Clemson at Carter Finley. So yeah, man, just obviously a crazy moment for sure, and because correct me if I'm wrong. So the name, his name was Derek Antoine, a nickname Bougie High, correct?
That's it. Bougie lives forever.
I like that. I like that.
Yes, I love that name for sure. Bougie High. I love it, man. Yeah, bro. So what we did last year, and I can't remember, I think it was for the UNC game, which is crazy because it's crazy how we literally did the ticket giveaway for you at one of NC State's biggest upsets, and then we did the ticket giveaway for a game that ended up being one of the most synonymous games that probably will ever be in NC State's history for sure.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's obviously good, it's a good omen that's worked for us multiple times. So, what we're doing is we're taking this moment. We wanted to bring Anthony on to tell the background story for sure, and announce on this live show that we are doing not only just a ticket giveaway, but we're doing a whole package giveaway for not the Virginia Tech game, but for the Wake Forest game. Okay. So basically 2 weeks from this past Saturday, I think it's November 9th. Am I correct on that?
No, it's like the 5th.
Oh, sorry. Okay. November 5th, but the Wake Forest game, 8 o'clock PM. We're not only giving away 2 tickets, we're giving away a parking pass, and not only just any parking pass, but also a parking pass to join the Tuffy Talk crew, including myself. We'll feed you. We'll have drinks ready for you, all the above. So you'll be able to join us pregame, hang out with us pregame, get fed, get drinks. And then also too, on top of that, you also receive an invite to join us on this Tuffy Talk live show and talk NC State athletics here with us. So we're not only just doing the tickets, the 2 tickets, we're doing a parking pass, an opportunity to join us pregame for food and drinks, and also to an invitation to join us right here on the Tuffy Talk live show, Talk NC State here with us. And so all you have to do is, and basically what we decided, the High family and us last year decided that we're going to raise money for the Jimmy V Foundation. So that, again, it's going to go to a great cause. And so basically to enter, it's just like what we did for Mackenzie and her family. So all you have to do is donate a minimum of $10 to the Jimmy V Foundation using the link in the description of our live stream. And for every $10 that you donate, you receive 1 entry. And so basically what we'll do is actually here on the Tuffy Talk live show next week, we're going to be drawing and announcing the winner here live on the live show next Monday. So you have a whole week to enter. And again, even if you don't win, the money goes to a great cause. Obviously, the Jimmy V Foundation, I know every NC State fan, even non-NC State fan, knows what it's about. Obviously, fighting cancer and defeating cancer as well. So again, it goes to a great cause. And again, obviously huge giveaway here is on the line here. Again, just a reminder, 2 tickets, a parking pass, opportunity to pregame with us here at the Tuffy Talk team, food and drink, and also an invitation to appear here on the Tuffy Talk live show at a future date. So huge opportunity here. And again, Kens and Greg, none of the other guys even knew about it as well. So
I had no idea.
I'm hyped.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
absolutely, Anthony. So Anthony, again, just wanted to, bring you on again. I really do appreciate you taking a couple moments here to join us here for this announcement. And again, definitely always bougie forever, man. And again, we'll definitely be tweeting
bougie
that a
forever.
ton. We'll be tweeting that a ton this week, man, and get the word out, man, and keep his name rolling. And again, man, just really appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much, and we'll look forward to having you on here soon, brother. All right?
Absolutely. And if I may say one thing, I really appreciate you guys for using your platform to help me continue my brother's legacy. He was an amazing guy, and just 2 weeks ago they had a dedication to him. They planted a tree in Raleigh. So I'm just grateful for everybody helping me forever. Go Pack.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate
Go
it.
Pack. Love
Good
it.
to see you, Anthony.
Love it.
Appreciate you, brother. Awesome, y'all, man. Yep. So again, obviously huge opportunity there. So again, if you click in the description below, there's a link to go to our Jimmy V page. So again, for every $10 you donate, you receive one entry into the Tuffy Talk giveaway here again for 2 tickets, a parking pass, food and drink pregame, and also an invitation to join us for a Tuffy Talk live show. So again, huge value there. I know we had a good amount of comments coming in during then. I see Jarius Moorhead's joining us.
What's up, Jarius?
Jarius, former NC State safety, man. Good to see you. Hope all is well. And also, too, for those who don't remember, too, Jarius is one of our guys. Actually, is one of the cool NC State Pack pros. Being he's actually a part of a pit crew in the NASCAR series. So hopefully he's doing well with that. We'd love to see him. Doing pits for Kevin Harvick's, the Denny Hamlins, all those guys. We'd love to see that.
You missed the best one, Leighton. Jesus.
I'm sorry, it's all good.
Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, but also too, thank you, Jim, in game so it's November 5th is the game. So the Wake Forest game is November 5th.
Jarius is Team Hendricks, so yeah, I know he does. He's on all of their on their teams. So
yeah. Absolutely.
Give him his proper shout out.
Yeah. Got Cam Grass Boy joining us in. What's going on, Cam? Appreciate you joining us. And also our boy Benjamin, as always. And then got AJ High as well. So a family member here saying, from the Bambinos, we love you. # long live Bougie. Love that. Love that. We'll have to get that trending somehow, some way.
I like it.
But anyway, though, so jumping back into it, so we were kind of talking a little bit there about the line for the game, and it was funny. I think it was Josh Goodson that tweeted out something saying, as shocked as people are about the line for the Virginia Tech game, don't be surprised either if the line for the Wake Forest game was like -2 or 3 either way. And I kind of took that as, I wouldn't necessarily be shocked by that, just because of the fact that, if depending on what happens with this game, obviously, again, because this game is going to answer so many questions for the rest of the season. It could be good answers or bad ansers. That's the thing to keep in mind too.
Yeah, like I said,
again,
I said last week on the. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you there.
Go
I was
ahead.
going to say, I remember last week on the pod, on the live show, I said this is a fork in the road for the season. Either we go left and keep winning, or we go right and it comes off the rails. So I hope that we stay to that left and that strong path. And I don't see any reason why we can't.
No.
But it's just going to depend on the team, and I think they're ready.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, it's the bye week couldn't have come in a more perfect time. That's really the key thing. And it's really an opportunity here, just like Greg said. We're at a crossroads with a lot of opportunity here. Now, I do want to kind of ask you as well. So Greg and Mackenzie, and maybe Kenzie, I'll go and ask you first, just because I know probably where your head's at with this. But what would you say the goal should be in terms of record for this team? Like if you had to set a goal for what this team can achieve for the rest of the season, what would you say? And yes, you could say 10-2. Yes, go ahead.
No, but honestly, with the mindset that they've had since last year's bowl game, I do not I genuinely believe that even if that means without the bowl, we're 10 wins, or we have 9 wins at the end of the season, then going to the bowl, that's our 10th win. I think we're going to get 10 wins. I do not think we're going to lose a home game, and I do not think we're going to lose to Carolina. I think that we might lose to Louisville.
That's the only one you can lose to.
I'd rather lose to Louisville over Carolina. So I think that that's just I refuse to lose to Carolina. That's just me. And I know that's them too.
Yep. Yeah. No, again, it's funny, this whole season kind of has a little bit of a 2020 season kind of twist to it, where, obviously losing Devin in a tough way like we did, and then Bailey Hawkman jumped in, and everybody was like, oh no, Bailey Hawkman's in, we're screwed. And it actually turned out not being a bad season. Obviously, he played not so great in the Gator Bowl against Kentucky. I think it was Gator Bowl,
right,
against Kentucky. But at that point, you obviously had a big win over Liberty, which at the time didn't seem like it was such a big win, but then that was the only loss Liberty had the entire season was to us. So I mean, it was a big win. But also too, one thing which I do want to even mention that as well is that was a game that the defense won it for us. And because
shout out to Vi Jones.
Well, yeah, Vi Jones, yeah, the man, the myth, the legend for sure. And I think that's really the biggest thing for me is that we need a game this year where the offense helps us, because especially looking at that UNC game, you're not going to hold Drake May to less than 21 points. I mean, he's that good, folks. He's that good. I mean, like, I'm an NC State lover and a UNC hater as much as anybody else, but at the end of the day, got to respect the talent. The dude is unreal. You can't twist it one way or another. And they're going to be fired up for that game, especially with what happened last year. So they're going to be fired up for it. So meaning that State's offense has to step it up. If State's offense does even remotely what it's done up until this point, we're going to lose. As simple as that. I mean, we're not going to be able to do it. Now, I know obviously UNC's defense has been terrible this year, but at the end of the day, we're playing them in their house. They're going to be looking to have revenge from last year's season. So those things, I mean, I can't go in there and say, okay, well, if NC State scores, 17, 21 points, that I'm not going to feel that our chances of winning are very, very high. But again, we have the opportunity. And again, what happens with Trent Penix, too? I mean, maybe he's a big key. Finally get that Swiss Army knife a little bit back. So, but go ahead, Greg.
No, I was going to say, let's not forget that Carolina game. They could be playing for a shot at the ACC championship game. So
that's true.
Right now, they are leading by 2 games in the Coastal. So I would say at this point, the goals would be win out at home, get your 10 wins, go beat Carolina. And, and it's even sweeter if you knock them out of a potential championship game. So, but lots still to play for.
Again, at the end of the day, folks, I think this is one of the biggest problems that a lot of fans have, is that they love to, go into a weekend or go into, just looking at the team in terms of the rest of the season, saying, "Oh man, like we'll be lucky to get 7 wins, or we'll be lucky to get 8 wins." But at the end of the day, it's a one game at a time approach. That's what this team's got to have. That's what we got to have, because again, we can all speculate. Because I mean, hey, look at us. Preseason, we were saying and I was saying there is no way this team is going to do any worse than 10 or 9 wins at the minimum. There's no way. And then here we are going, man, like Devin Leary is out, and there's a lot of questions. Defense has been, a roller coaster this season. So things can change. So that's why I say just got to take it one game at a time and just focus on it. Let's see what happens with Jack Chambers. And that's why I really do hope and pray is that, if they do decide go MJ Morris, which I mean, Jack Chambers right now is listed as a starter. It's not MJ Morris or Jack Chambers. It is Jack Chambers, and then under is MJ Morris. But to me, it's like, I just really hope that Doran kind of learned a little bit from 2019. Let's just stick with a guy and just ride with him. Again, I feel very confident in Jack Chambers. Yeah, enough of this splitting snaps. Just put them both in.
Exactly.
I think with that bye, I think you're gonna see. I think I'm hoping anyway. Let me put it this way, that there's going to be a different type of offense that comes out on Thursday. There's game now, a full game that Beck has to see what Chambers did well and didn't do well. And then just ride his talents, whether if that's, short passes, dink and dunking, if that's running the ball. In that Syracuse game, you could definitely tell that we made a commitment to the run to try to shorten the game. And, I thought we played too tight and not enough to go out and win the game. We were trying to do just enough not to lose the game. And then in the second half, that finally opened up, obviously, because of the necessity of being down, and we opened it up, and I thought it looked great. I thought Chambers, threw the ball well. He moved around in the pocket. He escaped. If he didn't have a player open, he tucked it and ran. I'm okay with all of that. So I'm hoping we see that. I'm hoping we see the second half version of Jack Chambers come Virginia Tech, and not the first half version.
I think that, this is about to be his first full game at Carter Finley. Night game, Thursday night game. I feel like Jack Chambers is about to go off, and I'm excited to see it. I agree with Droop. I think he's going to become a Wolfpack legend, even though he's only here for a year. I think he understands. People think that Syracuse is a really good team. They should have beat
They
Clemson.
should have beat Clemson.
So
Right.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
him. That wasn't a bad loss for us, honestly.
No.
For it to be his first full game in an NC State uniform, after seeing that Syracuse team against Clemson, that made my hurt and pain go down a little bit.
I agree with you,
So
Kim.
I mean, I think he's still a beast, and I think he's going to show everybody that on Thursday.
I like Bart's comment saying Chambers is a stud. Talk to a coach. Says Chambers is good to go. 30+ points, or I can reveal who the coach is. Man, that's a bold statement.
All right, we're holding on. We need to screenshot that.
Yeah, right. Bart, we're holding you to it, man. We'll see you next Monday, man.
We're taking receipts, Bart. We're taking receipts.
Absolutely. Well, again, it just all comes down to that at the end of the day, and I say this again, the reason they went after Jack Chambers is for this exact scenario. Period.
Insurance policy.
It's an insurance policy. And again, it's a guy that has experience, is a guy who statistically has been able to throw the ball, and also to a guy that's been able to run the ball even efficiently as well. And because again, up until this point, he's played what, 5.5 quarters so far, fully, give or
Roughly,
take.
yeah.
And he hasn't turned the ball over one time.
Right.
That's
a big point.
That has to say a lot. That he's been disciplined with the ball. That's huge.
I think we're just greedy because we had a Devin Leary last year.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like we just won't accept anything less than that.
Yeah.
But the big thing for me, and field goals are nice. 3 points are always good to put points on the board, but we gotta put the ball in the end zone.
I want to beat them just like Wake Forest beat Boston College. Before going into Wake, I don't want it to be like we won off a field goal. I want us to at least win by 3 touchdowns. Then I'll be comfortable going into homecoming.
At this point, we're a game and a half in of not scoring a touchdown. Like, I think we're roughly at 80 minutes. We might be over 80.
A little over 80 minutes.
I mean, but still, shout out to Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn's our point person right now.
Yeah, mid-season All-American. So
right, killing it.
Yeah. No, gotta give a shout out. And just to kind of recap too, Virginia Tech. So they lost the opening game against Old Dominion at Old Dominion. Then they came back, beat Boston College, beat Wofford. They lost pretty handily to West Virginia. They lost pretty handily to UNC. They lost decently handily to Pitt, and then lost to Miami. And so they are coming off of a bye week just like us. So again, it's an opportunity here. And again, obviously with Virginia Tech, they're in the first year of their new head coach. So they're still just, at the beginning stages of their program as well. So again, I mean, that's why, I mean, the 13.5 doesn't really surprise me too much. I mean, because again, I mean, the only teams they've been able to put a fight up against is Boston College, which, it's still, to be seen of who is the worst ACC team in this year. But Virginia Tech and Boston College are right there, and then they beat Wofford. So haven't really put a bunch of fight yet. You're facing NC State under the lights. It's going to be packed. It's sold out. So definitely looking forward to that. But again, it really just comes down to just execution. And for me, honestly, keep the playbook simple. Just whatever So it's clear that Jack Chambers is gifted running the ball. So just keep it simple. Split some with him. Half the time get him to run, and half time let it fly. Again, that's just the biggest thing for me. Like I just really hope that you're still going to see some screen passes. Go ahead and book it. You're not going to the screen pass is still going to be a part of Tim Beck's playbook, but just within reason. What is it setting up? That's really my biggest thing.
I just want to hear about 40 times that's another Wolfpack first down, right? Just keep the chains moving. I mean, that if you
I want my arm to be tired.
I know, I'll be like,
first down. Yeah.
But no, look, if you do that, you're gonna be fine. We just have to not beat ourselves, right? Like, stop with the pre-snap penalties and just beating ourselves, putting ourselves behind this.
That's the only reason we have 2 losses right now. If you really think about it, like we have the team, but we've just made dumb mistakes. Yep. And I feel like that's
haven't capitalized on theirs.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and I mean, the biggest thing too, again, I mean, like defensively, again, I mean, I think the story of defense for the Syracuse game was missed opportunities and missed assignments and just not being focused. Again, missing tackles left and right.
Those refs were trash too, though, if I'm being completely honest.
There was what?
Those refs were trash too, though.
Oh, they were.
Well, if you notice, they had the Clemson game this past week.
Right? They just magically start calling holding. That made me so mad.
Yeah,
That made me so mad.
I will say Clemson figured it out. They didn't let Gadsden beat them like we did. So I don't know how we didn't put more
focus
and more, bodies on that guy. On that last drive for Clemson, for Syracuse against Clemson, he made a couple catches, but they did not let him win the game. So I think, but again, we have a new week, new opportunity.
1-0 mentality.
1-0 mentality. Yep, absolutely. And we just look, all those games, they're behind. We can't get those back. Nothing we can do. Just learn from your mistakes and just get right. This is a get right game. I really believe that.
Yep, absolutely. And again, a game that hopefully we see a lot more Demi Sumo. Hopefully we'll see some more Devin Carter. Definitely hopefully see Trent Penix, kind of light the firecracker to start off the season here. But real quick, I do want to point out as well, Bart also even points out that Jack was missing 3 key weapons for the Syracuse game. So yes, definitely a good point there. And then also got to give a shout here from Squidhead123 saying, thank you guys for what you do for the Wolfpack community. I love this podcast. Appreciate that, Squid. Thank you so much for the support. Again, we wouldn't do this without you guys. Want to make that perfectly clear. At the end of the day, we do this here just to, obviously, first of all, spread some excitement, not only just for NC State football, but for all sports. We're going to talk more about the other sports here coming up here. Again, we're only 2 weeks away from men's basketball getting started and women's basketball, I think, soon after that as well. And also, too, got wrestling coming up here even as well, which, again, obviously, Trent Heidley, has looked great this offseason. We're going to talk a little bit more about him here. But, just, again, got to shed some light on all these great sports that NC State has, which is why I always say it's always a great day to be an NC State fan because there's always something to look forward to. There's always. We're not a school that just looks forward to one sport. Yeah. And that's it. Like 365, there's always a team to look forward to, or there's always a team to cheer for. That's competing at the top of the ACC, if not nationally. That's what that's the biggest thing. We have a ton of teams that are ranked in the top 25. Again, and also too that even are getting more and more, momentum as well. Swimming and diving right now is dominating right now.
They always dominate.
They always dominate
right now.
Yeah,
they're amazing.
So they're looking. Braden Holloway is definitely looking to bring another couple of ACC championships. If not, hopefully finally compete for a national championship here this season, which would be huge for that program. So again, and then the biggest thing obviously too is just bring a little bit of positivity, bring a little bit of excitement here. So again, we really do appreciate the support. And again, obviously it's been amazing seeing just that within the year and 3 quarters that we've been doing this, we're already at over 5,800 subscribers on YouTube, which is amazing. So again, really do appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Anyway, so yeah, thank you all for the support. But anyway, so with that being said, we're going to jump on over here to some NC State tweets of the week. So here we go. Alrighty. So with that being said, gotta give a shout out to our boy Big T again. We gotta stop with the Baby T. His name, the nickname Baby T is gone. Is passed away as of last year. It is officially Big T, baby.
He's graduated to Big T.
Big T for sure. So again, we gotta give a shout out to Quavian Smith, shooting guard for NC State, for being named preseason All ACC first team. Which again, I'm sad that we don't have our boy Macon here on here with us. Again, he Mr. is the basketball guru for sure. But I can't remember really many times at NC State where we've had a preseason All ACC first team. Or it's been a minute for sure, and especially with how stacked the ACC has become over these last years too.
I'm guessing like Dennis Smith Jr.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I think it was Dennis Smith.
Probably Cat Barber. It's
Barber, TJ. So again, there's only been a few. So to finally have a guy, who has been pretty much nationally recognized as one of the top sophomore basketball players, period, in the entire country is huge. And again, the fact that we got him back, we said preseason that Keys has to do one thing first, and that is win the offseason. And he definitely did that by bringing this guy back. And it's also too, again, one of the things I have to say as well, and I know Ken's and Greg, that you guys are going to love this as well, but there's no doubt that he said multiple times that he loves NC State, that he came back a lot because he loves NC State and because he wants to be
my favorite type of players, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. who does it for the school. Exactly. Amen.
Puts us in there with his talent and his success. He also puts NC State right there with it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And just looking at this picture, and tell me if I'm wrong, but it looks like he's put on a few pounds. Like, I know the camera for me puts on a bunch of pounds, so I'm not sure if the same photographer is shooting him that's shooting me, but he looks like he's got some good muscle tone and he's put on some weight. So obviously that was one of the things that we said that he needed to kind of get a little stronger. But what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I mean, look, dude's biceps are ready, man. He's ready to dunk on some dudes this season.
I mean, y'all saw his quote.
Yeah,
he wears zero because nobody can guard.
Yeah, Hunter posted that. So
oh yeah, I see it.
I wear zero because nobody can guard me.
Fan favorite, easily.
Now you better go out and prove that. So that'll. I have a feeling that'll be a Duke quote if we play at Cameron this year. I don't remember if we do or not. I haven't really studied the schedule yet, but I'm sure that'll be some kind of Duke crazy chant if that becomes the point. But I hope we shut them up too. So.
Hey, yeah, no, we'll definitely talk more about this here probably over the next week or so here. Definitely, I think all of my thoughts right now are about just get us through this Virginia Tech game, and then hopefully once Virginia Tech game gets done, and hopefully we can breathe the sigh of relief that we're starting to look back to our formidable self that we should be. Then we'll be like, okay, now let's talk a little bit of basketball as well to get excited for that.
We're
for
focused
sure.
on football right now.
We're gonna just ease into that, right?
Right.
Like we're just
Ease
gonna
nice
work our way into it. Yeah.
Natty champs, you heard it here first.
Natty champs, amen.
We love you, Kens. We love you. We love you.
Hey,
I love the positivity.
Cinderella team.
I mean, again, there's no doubt that that guys like Jarkel Joyner, Jack Clark, DJ Burns have been impressive this offseason for sure. And again, I have to point out even as well that even when we played the Puerto Rican national team as well, for us to be down at halftime pretty significantly, I think we were almost down about 10 points.
Yeah,
and came back and won the game.
That
usually that didn't happen last.
When does that ever happen?
When we were down at half, we were down at the end.
Yeah. So again, it'll be exciting to see here. And again, we'll get that going here in about 2 weeks again for men's basketball. Next move, got to give a shout out to our boy Trent Heidley, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Raising the Roof.
Beast.
Raise the roof, Trent. Yes, sir. Again, with that silver medal at the World Championships, what is again a super impressive showing there for Trent. The multiple time ACC champion will be coming back here for vengeance for sure. Again, last year unfortunately lost in the championships, in the national championship. So again, definitely look forward to him having another season for sure. And Jim Beck brings up Nick Wisdowski, and again, obviously, Trent is I think 184 or 197. Sorry, no, he is 184. So not quite the Nick Wisdowski heavyweight division, but I mean, again. Especially now with his brother Hayden Heidley being a coach, player development coach for NC State as well, that he's going to have Trent ready to rock and roll this season for sure. So looking forward to this season. This should be a lot of fun. I mean, Virginia Tech has come back, pretty much brought all of its guys back, obviously highlighted by Mekhi Lewis. But, hey, can never count out a Pat Popolizio team. If there's one lesson I've ever learned, and I will live by, is that you can never count out Pat Popolizio, Adam Hall, and all those guys. I mean, they're one, if not the best coaching staff, in my opinion, in the country. And yes, that comes from a biased side for sure. So
on this World Championships, for anyone, this was the under 23 World Championships. So just put a little clarification on that. So
yes. That's correct. Yeah, thanks for clarifying that, Greg. And then also too, Bart also points out about Taquavian Smith, how he's from the Greenville, North Carolina area. So again, he's a born and raised North Carolina boy, which I love that as well. All right, so now moving on to our next one. So already, NC State versus Wake Forest sold out, baby.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be so crazy again because right now Wake Forest actually is tied in the AP poll at number 10. And they play Louisville this weekend.
For much longer.
No. I mean, and they play Louisville this weekend, so
they're be all right.
More than likely going to pull that out, which means that they're going to go into solidify into the top 10, probably single digits for sure. So again, it's a huge opportunity, and again, also because this also too will be the last time that one of the longest rivalry streaks in college football history will be a thing, because as of next season, we will not renew that yearly tradition rivalry with Wake Forest due to the new conference realignment schedules.
Question.
So, yeah, go ahead, Kent.
If we win this game, do you think there will be a field storm?
I mean, I mean, because
Homecoming, Wake Forest,
top 10, probably.
Top 10.
Probably.
Screw it, I'm going. If y'all see me get arrested, just mind your business.
Again, I think for me, it's more of like if I'm saying yes to storming the field, it's more of in celebration for the rest of the guys that they were able to get to this. I mean, again, this because literally 3 weeks before this game, we would have been losing to a Syracuse team and basically holding on by a thread. And then so if we can 3 weeks after that beat a top 10 team, especially Wake Forest, Sam Hartman led Wake Forest team at home with one of the best wide receiving rooms in the country, if not the best wide receiver room in the country. I mean, that's why I would say yes.
I'll add one more. I'll add one more to that. If we win this week and we win that game, that ties the all-time NC State home record for most consecutive wins. That would be 16, and then we could get 17 with Boston College. So just add that little extra layer on it.
But I want to add, if you came to the Carolina or Clemson game last year, wear exactly what you wore to one of those games, because Hannah and I will be wearing our Wolf onesies, and we believe that we're undefeated in Wolf onesies.
So I will say that I had different shirts on for each of those games. So, but
both.
I appreciate.
It'll be cold.
I'll wear one and one half.
It'll be cold. Yeah, we're both.
Got it. Well, so also, all right. So I'm with you there. My dad will be coming to the Wake Forest game, and he was at the Clemson game when we did it. So, all right. I see what you're doing there.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
Bring it all, manifesting it. Yeah, I just want another field rush. That's amazing. That's so much fun. And I just want to shut up Wake Forest fans, honestly. Like, they irritate me.
Yeah, we owe them from last year too. So, but we'll get all
every year at Wake Forest.
Yeah, but we'll get into all that next week. We got lots to talk about them. We owe them, and
yes,
I just want to get past this week.
Yeah, nope. One game at a time. But again, I mean, it is exciting, the possibilities here for sure, especially too, because keep in mind as well that if you weren't here at the beginning, again, we're doing our NC State, our Tuffy Talk giveaway as well, in honor of Derek Antoine Bougie High, who again, we're raising money for the Jimmy V Foundation. So make sure, again, if you haven't already, go to the description below and click on that link, and it'll bring you to our Jimmy V Foundation page. All you have to do is donate at least $10, and for every additional $10 you donate, you receive an additional entry into the giveaway. And then on Monday, a week from today, here on the live show, we're going to be announcing the winner. So make sure, again, to click on the description, click on the link in the description below, donate, and also to enter for an awesome opportunity at a giveaway. And again, it should be very, very exciting here for sure. So definitely look forward to seeing how much we can raise for that. Go ahead.
Have we already raised $605, or was that just a screenshot of something?
So that was what was left over from last year.
Okay, got you.
I was about to say, dang.
I was like, man, we've done pretty good for 10 minutes. Like, let's go.
Let's tune in live.
Yeah.
So that was what's left over from last year. So it just kind of keeps it good. And hey, it's kind of a cool thing. It's just I like kind of see us as long as we've been doing this, how much money have you raised so far. So kind of like it for that reason as well. So with that being said, moving on to our next tweet of the week, I also got to give a shout out to our next. Sorry, I'm blanking here. From NC State women's soccer. Again, I actually can't even recognize the name. But anyway, man, that is embarrassing. I don't even know what the name is. That's funny. I honestly looked at the Twitter handle. I was like, I'll be able to figure out. Oh man, I can't. But anyway, so obviously 93 career starts for NC State. Definitely huge there. So congratulations on that. Moving on as well to Madison Cox. So got to give a shout out to Wes Moore and the women's basketball crew, who's been supremely impressive. And obviously bringing in 4 top 75 recruits for the class of 2020. God, man. Sorry, y'all. My freaking microphone's having issues tonight. But anyway, so again, obviously between Zoe Brooks, who has really gained steam in the polls. I mean, she's really gone quickly up the polls, and then
She just got
obviously
her 5th star.
Yeah. So and again, I mean that's huge. And then now adding Madison Cox, who again is a 4-star forward. Again, another top 75 commit. So again, it's clear Westmore is doing the right things for sure. And again, this season is going to be exciting. Obviously, Diamond Johnson, I'm really looking for her. Obviously, you don't have Raina Perez anymore, so it is the Diamond Johnson show running the point this year. And then I think that Sanaya Rivers is going to be huge. I think she's a person that's going to be looking to really make a point. Obviously, she originally is a transfer from South Carolina. Going to be coming in and obviously because she didn't really have that many minutes while she was in South Carolina. So really coming NC State here to prove a point and hopefully meet South Carolina down the road, maybe in the NCAA tournament. Hey, we'll see what happens there. But either way, again, huge congratulations to Westmore and the staff for sure on putting together the solid class so far. We haven't even played one basketball game yet. That's the craziest thing. They haven't even gotten in Reynolds Coliseum yet to see how electric and crazy that environment is. And with that being said, speaking of electric, got to give a shout out to our sponsors. Darby Electric is a veteran-owned company and they specialize in residential work. But that's not all they do. They also build electric vehicle chargers, do a ton of remodel work, commercial work, and many other types of small projects. Even though the Triangle is their primary service area, they're capable of expanding that boundary. So go check them out. Their website, DarbyElectricLLC.com, and find them on Instagram, Facebook, or give them a call at 919-639-0062, which they are available for your call 24 hours a day. So, Greg, Ken, talk to me. What's the excitement level here heading for women's basketball?
Westmore is a winner.
Westmore is a winner. I agree. If we can go back to this commitment, she, like you already said, she's our 4th top 75 pick. The new class rankings just came out for the next cycle, and we're 4th in the country in the recruiting class battle. So Zoe is our highest at 9th. And then we have Mallory Collier at 55, and then Lacey Steele, who we obviously had the pleasure to interview. She's at 56, and now Madison or Maddie is at 71. So a great class. I'm probably going to guess we might be done for this cycle. If not, we might be adding one more. But I think we're done if I remember the scholarship numbers. But look, it's just another example of, it's not a rebuild. It's just a reload, retool, whatever you want to call it. And Coach Moore just keeps bringing in great quality players. Yep. And I'm excited. The future is still bright. The cupboard's not bare. Obviously, the preseason rankings came out, I think, just after our show last week. We came in at number 10, kind of 3rd-ish in the ACC, which, whatever. But I'm excited.
Now the one thing which I do got to bring up is because it still sticks to me is from ACC Media Day for ACC women's basketball is Debbie Antonelli's comments about that there hasn't been a team and they seem more consistent.
Don't get me
than Louisville. I just had to come on the live show here and just say I don't understand that comment whatsoever, especially with her being NC State women's basketball alum. I'm like, it's not like you forget about NC State. Like
what's more consistent than back to back?
So I give her a minimal pass and hear me out. She is on an ESPN platform and she's trying to be as neutral as she can be.
Okay.
I don't necessarily agree with the statement.
That's probably why I haven't got a job with ESPN.
Good babe.
Yeah.
But I like should she get some heat for that statement from Wolfpack Nation? 1000%. But I get where she's coming from. Louisville has been one of the top 2 teams in the conference in the last 5-7 years.
Sure.
You can throw in Notre Dame with that statement as well, having them won a national championship in the last 7 years. But yeah, I agree. Most recently, back to back. It's kind of hard to argue, but anyway.
That's not bias. That's just fact, in my opinion.
No, agreed. And I think she was just trying not to be biased because she's in one of those positions she's not going to win either way. Be like, well, you're just an NC State homer, you play for KL, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, State fans attacked her.
Right. I mean, she was going to lose that way either way.
You should have known. We're one of the most
agree.
passionate fan bases. You were going to get chewed out.
That's a good point, Greg. So we'll go on that. So I do want to take a step back here real quick, and also to now finally, and I do apologize, Louisa Gutenberger. I do apologize for that. So again, Louisa Gutenberger, congratulations again. 93 career starts in 93 career matches as a member of the pack. So again, and obviously an NC State captain for women's soccer, who has consistently this year been competing in the top 25. Again, another program that's been on the rise and will continue to be on the rise for quite some time here. So again, huge shout out to you there. But yeah, no, again, again, completely agree with that. Debbie Antonelli comment, Greg. So thank you so much for bringing that a little bit of limelight there. Didn't really think of it that way. So with that being said, again, just want to kind of highlight a couple of things. So again, first of all, obviously, women's basketball is going to be coming up here in the next couple of weeks. And I think, obviously somebody like Mimi Collins has gotten a lot of preseason hype for sure this offseason. But even too as well, it was Jakia Brown-Turner back. Yeah, she's going to be looking to kill it for sure. And also too, Jada Boyd. Yeah, I love Westmore's comments.
His statement was good.
What was it like? Every single time he goes, or every single time he has a bad day, he just reminds himself that at least Jada Boyd's coming back.
Yeah, that was a great soundbite. Great soundbite.
Yeah.
Also, for our Tuffy Talk followers, we will be giving away some decent amount of tickets to women's basketball this upcoming season. So make sure you guys are tuned in for that. It's always great to be in Reynolds, and we'll have tickets throughout the season. So.
Yep. And speaking of giveaways as well, so with one other thing which I want to remind as well is that we also have our Tuffy Talk channel memberships as well. And actually, too, our Lacey Steele interview, again, top 75 guard commit. Part 1 is available publicly on our YouTube channel. But if you want to see part 2, and if you want to see our interview with Jarkel Joyner, if you want to see also too, we did a fantasy men's basketball all-time team draft. So if you want to see that, all you have to do is $1.99 per month. Again, $1.99 per month, and you become a member of the channel, get access to exclusive Tuffy Talk content, and also too as well, you get access to our weekly newsletter, and you get access to our private Discord channel, like such as somebody like In Game 14 Alpha, is a part of. So again, really do appreciate that supporting game. But again, it's $1.99 a month, and also too on there, we may even do some members only giveaways as well. Just saying, so for some of those tickets as well. So if you don't want to miss out on all that, and if you want to just support us as well, we would greatly appreciate the support. Become a member of the channel for only $1.99 a month. Hit that join button and join today. Join right now. We'd really appreciate that, as well as entering for our ticket giveaway and Tuffy Talk giveaway for the Wake Forest game as well. Again, all you have to do is click the description below to donate at least $10 and enter today. So with that being said,
add on to that real quick?
Go ahead, Greg, please.
Yeah, that $1.99. All we're trying to do, guys and girls, we're just trying to offset some of our costs for hosting these live podcasts, doing our recordings for the videos that we put out, the vlogs. Obviously, at $1.99, we are not going to get rich, but it does help just keep the channel alive for you guys because we love doing the content, and so we do this for you, the fans. But there is a cost associated with that, and we're not trying to grift or do any of that kind of stuff. We just want to give you guys great content. So.
Love it. That's a great point, Greg. Thanks for bringing that up, man. I appreciate that. So
we're making bank.
Yeah, we're making bank. $1.99 over here. So
it's like Office Space where we move the decimal. We take a penny at a time.
It is worth it. You get to talk to us all the time.
That's true. Yep. Again, private Discord channel can talk to all of us here at Tuffy Talk. Kenzie, Greg, myself, Macon, and Michael, all 5 of us.
Especially Ken and Chad.
That's true. Especially Ken's and Chad.
It's Ken's After Dark Unfiltered. She can really tell you what she
I don't have to have a filter in your face, Layton.
Referees. She really tells what people
say PG on here and a game.
I know.
You're Discord. Always PG. It's mostly PG-13, but you really tell us how you think about ACC refs in that form. So
indeed. Yeah.
Thank you.
No. Yeah, no, definitely appreciate Hunter and In-Game for being members. And because one thing is as well to keep in mind is that if you're a member, you actually get an exclusive badge as well beside your name. So whenever you comment on any of our videos, then you'll see your name with a NC State logo beside it. And actually, basically, the longer you're a part of the channel, the more newer and current the logo becomes. So basically, it works all the way from the beginning, block stages, all the way through to the Tuffy head stage. So again, it's kind of cool little
We
feature
give
there.
you a badge of honor.
That's true. And Nick also points out as well that we do play at Wake next year. So okay, good to know.
They're part of the rotation next year, but the following year that'll get broke then after that.
Okay. So then let's clarify the statement. So it's the last game of this longest standing rivalry at Carter Finley. So
there you go.
So there we go. We'll clarify that comment there. So just kind of wrapping up, and also too, as well, we got NC State baseball coming up, decently, in next month or two as well. So I got some big commits there, for sure. And again, I mean, all the talk of NC State baseball during this offseason has been great. Carter Trice has been super impressive. He's going to be a guy that's really going to bring the barrel for us this season. Again, a transfer in from ODU has been super impressive. And then obviously, from the pitching rotation wise, you're still going to have Sam Heifel, Matt Willardson back as well. So again, it's going to be a great season, and definitely got to give a huge shout out to Coach Hart, Coach Avent, for it seems like every single year they have just consistently brought a great product to the field, and has been super competitive. So and all of this too. We're still at the beginning stages of the Doak Field renovations as well.
Yep.
So
yep. The seats have been replaced.
Are on the rise.
Yeah,
yes.
the seats have been replaced. They were putting a new wall out there. Last time I saw, Justin Cook had shared some pictures. The lights were going up. And then D1Baseball.com just did a top 100 kind of preview or state of the program, if you will. And they had NC State checking in at number 16. So real good spot. Number 3 in the ACC. Louisville was the first team. I think Miami, Florida State. I think we were 4th team, excuse me. So I think Florida State was 1 or 2 spots ahead of us. But yeah, lots to be excited about. Number 1 recruiting class in the ACC was just put out last week when we got our last recruit. So exciting, man! Exciting times at the Doak.
Well, and the one thing too to keep in mind too, and which is a cool thing, is that probably of those top 16, like you were saying, if you probably just filtered it to teams that have stadiums of 6,000 capacity or less, then we'd probably be one of the top 2.
Probably number 1, yeah.
Maybe number 1 out there as well. So that's another thing just to keep, a huge impressive stat there is, again, I mean, Doak Field was really needing these renovations, and thank goodness they're in the process right now. But it's super impressive what Avon and Coach Hart have been able to, and all the alumni as well, have been able to do with this program, even with behind the 8 ball facilities, for sure. So definitely looking forward to seeing what we could do with facilities that Coach Avon and Coach Hart and this program deserves, for sure. So the D-Roop 75, I do got to point out, probably more likely don't play them again after next season, because that kind of defeats the purpose of the rotation per se. I mean, I just highly doubt it, but again, because next season makes sense of a sort, but 2 years in a row after the conference schedule realignment's in place, I doubt that. Just because again, just a reminder, the 3 conference opponents that we will play every single year are UNC, Duke, and Clemson. Those are only 3 teams we'll play every single year. So, and I mean, obviously you have 10 other teams in the country that you're filling, 3-4 ACC slots with.
He's right.
Really?
He's right. Yep. Yeah, I got it right here. Yep. We play in 23 at Wake, at home in 24, and then we missed them in 25. Yeah.
Dang, learn something new today. Cool. Yep.
So
again,
good catch, Droop.
Good catch. Appreciate that.
Good Droop.
Droop. Yes, sir. Yeah. So again, hey, learn something new here on Touch.
You're my boy, Droop.
That's why we got you guys here tuning in here with us.
Right?
That way you can be a part of the conversation.
Keep us on our toes. Keep us on our toes.
We are not the NC State experts by any means whatsoever. We're just NC State fans here, just talking all things NC State. That's all we're doing here. That's all we say we are. We're not saying, we have never said we're NC State experts.
Okay, maybe we need to drop our price down to 99 cents a month.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Cool.
But with that being said, again, obviously NC State versus Virginia Tech here Thursday night in Carter Finley. Even though it's sold out, you can still buy them on third-party sites as well. So again, just make sure to go out, do what you can, make sure to be there the entire game, support these boys 100%. Hopefully, we're going to have a Jack Chambers breakout, a Trent Penix breakout. I love it, Cans. I love it.
I'm telling you, come to me if y'all ever have any doubt about NC State sports. I promise I will make you feel better.
I want to light it red on Thursday night.
Oh, he has the little lights. I hate Greg's setup. It makes me so mad.
Yeah, for those who are listening in, Greg has these lights behind his head that he can turn on, off, change color, etc. So he just changed them red in the background. So pretty cool.
Is the whole group going to be there on Thursday? All of us?
I think so, right?
Well, I think the only person that we were waiting on for confirmation was you, Ken. So
I'll be there.
Come on.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah. Right after Dad's radiation, I'm heading to Raleigh.
Yeah, I love it. So,
and again, keep everyone in Chad's thoughts. Hey, do you want to plug your shirts? Because I think that's a really cool thing. Real quick.
Oh, well, this isn't
not the official.
This isn't the official one. This is just one from a friend of ours. But why would you say that, Greg? I'm gonna cry.
No, I'll do it for you. How about that?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
All right. Hey, make sure we tweet this out. Obviously, for anyone that's not following, Ken's dad, Big Chad, is going through some health issues. He starts radiation tomorrow for some cancer. But they've gone out and created a really cool shirt called Chad's Pack. As everyone knows, Ken's and their family is big NC State fans. But I ordered 2 shirts, one for myself and one for my wife last Friday. I can't wait to get them in and wear them and support the Ken's clan. But we'll post that, and if anyone's interested in buying the shirt and just kind of show your love and support, I'm sure the Black Welder family will appreciate you forever.
But
anyway,
I do want to say once again, like I know I've said this every time, but the amount of support and messages and love that we've gotten from NC State fans that I've never even met before. Yep. Like I genuinely, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. I've never been more proud to be a part of Wolfpack Nation, and I'll be there Thursday. And I don't know if anybody saw my tweet, but I really want to try, because I'll be there right when the parking lot's open. So I want to try to see the people that have messaged me, just so I can give you a hug. And if you don't like hugs, give you a high five.
Yep.
Just want to say thank you for everything, and we love y'all.
Absolutely. So the only person, so again, we'll definitely make sure to tweet that out for sure. Tweet out that link, so that way the rest of Wolfpack Nation can join in and support a Chad's Pack for sure. Again, it's a great cause for sure, and obviously, we're behind the Blackwell and Chad 100%. But also too, want to even point out another cool thing that again Ken's pointed out, being that I know myself, Ken's, Greg, and also Michael will be, who again predominantly lives in Florida, will be at the Virginia Tech game on Thursday.
Now, if we start losing, he's gone.
I know. We're putting him on a plane and he's out of there.
Back to the hotel you go, buddy.
Right? You can watch it on TV. You're out of there.
It might be. So, but the only person which I still got to get confirmation from, which he was supposed to be here on the show with us, but Macon Adams as well. But being that his wife is a Hokie, I would be shocked if he wasn't. So, but either way, we'll still make sure to get a picture, and definitely we'll tweet it out when we get all 4 of us. If not, hopefully, fingers crossed, all 5 of us together, which will be actually, and we'll say this publicly, will be the first time that all 5 of us have been together.
That's crazy.
As long as Tuffy Talk Crew has been together, there's never been a picture of all 5 of us together. So
and we're all such besties, so it's crazy to think that we've never all been in the same room.
I know, it's crazy. So, but with that being said, again, make sure just as a reminder, again, to click the link in the description below. Donate again for the Jimmy V Foundation. For every $10 you donate, you get an entry into the Tuffy Talk giveaway, which includes 2 tickets to the Wake Forest game, a parking pass, an opportunity to join us, the Tuffy Talk team, for food and drinks before the game, and also to an invitation to join us for a future Tuffy Talk live show to talk and stay athletic. So huge value there for only $10 in order to enter. Again, for every $10 additional you donate is an additional entry. And again, this is honor of the one, the only Derek Antoine Bougie High. Bougie High forever. Bougie forever, baby. So again, definitely thank you all so much for joining us. I want to give a shout again. Make sure again, Thursday night, Virginia Tech. We'll see you there. Back in the with Full Pack Nation. We will see you all there. Pack by 90 all day. Let's go. Back on track. Go Pack, baby. Turnover bone all day. Let's